Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you like therian and furry content as well as fun arts and crafts, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the like button on this video. Without further ado, today's video is about making a paper wolf mask. Now this is literally just made out of paper, and including the strap, and I'm going to teach you how to make it. So for this video, I am using a pattern that I made myself. It is up on my Etsy for like $3.50 USD. So it's fairly inexpensive, but it also comes with instructions. So you can either watch this video while you make it, or you can read the instructions. But it comes with two sheets of the pattern, and you have to cut out a bunch of pieces. But once I cut those out, I'll be right back. Alright, let's talk supplies needed for this project. First, you will ideally have the pattern on my Etsy that's made specifically for making this mask, but if you do not have it, no worries. I will show you what the pattern looks like, and you can probably emulate it yourself. But you will need some kind of paper. I'm using just regular printer paper. I think I'd recommend using like cardstock or construction paper for this, since it's a thicker kind of paper. But for sake of convenience, I am just using printer paper. You'll also need some scissors, any kind will do, and a marker to write with. Now, this is a bit more flexible, but ideally you'll have a hot glue gun. But if you do not have that, stick glue, liquid glue, or even tape will work. So pretty much any supply you have that will stick things together will stick paper together. So this tutorial I will be showing the hot glue gun, but it is possible to do it with other supplies. Once you have all the pieces of the pattern cut out, they should look like this. If you do not have the pattern, here's a good overview of what the pieces look like and what size they are. Now, according to the pattern, it says things like cut ×2. So some of these I actually have to trace again and cut a few more. So I'm gonna do that quickly and be right back. Okay, once your pattern is completely traced and cut out, it should look something like this. Okay, now on to building the mask. So the first step is to take the face base template and take the two snout pieces and line them up. So on the original pattern piece, there's two important lines. There's this one and this one. This line you're going to eventually cut on, and this line is just a guide for where to put the fur. But these sections here that are shaded, and on the pattern is actually color-coded. I just printed mine in black and white, but you'll know where to line everything up by that. But see how it lines up perfectly? You're going to glue just that area on both pieces of the snout. So take some glue. And you really don't need much glue if you're using hot glue to stick paper together, so less is sometimes more when it comes to the hot glue. But line it up roughly with the pattern and stick it down. Doesn't have to be perfect, but something like that. Line that piece up too. And there we go. Your snout is coming along. So the next step is to actually kind of fold these sections over each other. This is the part that's a bit more complicated because the position of the snout is more up to preference, but I like to position mine something like this angle here. So then I'm going to glue this down. So I added some glue to the tip of the snout. I'm just going to line it up again, and hopefully the paper cooperates. Get it right flat like that. There we go. Snout is coming along. Okay, so the next step after you glue that part is to cut only on the black line here, which I believe in the pattern, if you printed it in color, is blue. But I'm gonna cut that line. Now remember, ignore this one. This is not for cutting. But then, once those are cut, you're gonna fold the front part over the back part, like this. Take some glue. Glue that down. Remember, just to be safe, less is more when it comes to hot glue and paper. There we go. That side's stuck down. Do the same to the other side. Get some glue there. And this one actually has the marking from the pattern piece because I did not feel like tracing two new pieces, so I'm using the pattern piece too. I find it easier that way. But there we go. Your snout is coming along. Mine is slightly uneven, but it won't matter once I put the nose bridge on, hopefully. So next is to take this nose bridge piece and really straighten out the snout. So where these little markings are is where I'm going to put glue, and I'm actually going to use the piece like this so it looks a bit better, but I'm going to glue only one side, which I believe will be this side. Well, don't have to do too good of a job gluing, but there. And then I'm going to take this and line it up right along this side of the snout, like so. There. And once that's glued on one side, fold it down, and you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to take some glue and put it right along that edge. There we go. Going back and stick this. I usually use 2 hands for this. Stick that right on top here. There we go. It should be sized so that it perfectly fits, like this. See, my nose is less crooked than I thought. That actually turned out pretty good. So that is most of the snout. The last step for the snout is, of course, the nose, which is simply just this little kind of T-shaped piece of paper. But what we're gonna do is glue only along this part here, like that. You're gonna take this and stick it right to the top of the snout, like that. And this part should stick out. And then you just push it down and glue it in place, bend it the other way. You'll have a perfect canine nose. Nothing you can't do with just popping it back out like that. There. Nice canine nose. Now that you've got the snout finished, it is time to get out the fur pieces. So you should have 2 big ones, each going in a different direction, and 2 little ones with the same thing. So you take this big one and line it up with that previously mentioned line. And that's exactly where you glue. Place the glue right in this area, line it up, and stick it down. Put some glue directly on the mask. Put this right on top. There we go, one side. Now we'll take the other side, glue the same area, glue gun back, and stick it right along that line. And there's the fluff so far. Now this part is also super easy because you just need to glue one line along the edge. Now again, these should be pointed downwards. So this is the correct position, incorrect position. Though it could make a cool mask. So if you wanted to do them the other way, that is also completely fine. I just realized after filming this that I did glue these wrong. These are supposed to go up, but it looks good down too. So I guess it's proof that both ways work. Let me just glue this down. Stick it right along that same line. Press it down. All right, once you have that down, do it on the other side, and then here's why you only glued one line, because you can actually fold these bits back a bit, like so, and it makes your mask have this kind of 3D effect, which I think is pretty neat. So I'm just gonna fold both parts. And you don't wanna like fully crease them just so they have like some more room, but there is your mask so far. Now this next step is also really easy. You're just going to glue these pieces to the ears, like that. Personally, what I do is just do a line along the edge like this. And then, after that's glued down, I start lining it up to the paper. And I think that's actually the wrong direction, isn't it? Yeah, it goes this way. Hold on. I just stick it down. There we go. And by gluing only the edge, you can actually do that same kind of 3D effect by folding out these little fluffs. So do that same thing to the other side, and then I will stick them to the mask. Okay, once both these are assembled, you're going to take them and place them behind the mask. Now on the pattern and on the actual mask template, there's a line that it's a different color. I forget what it is, maybe purple, but it shows a nice recommended place for the ears, but I like mine there. So now, once you got them roughly lined up, you take some glue. It's best to do this one at a time, but I place some glue along the front of this ear, right where the stripes indicate that I should glue. And then I'll just line up the face right where I want it. Press it down. I like to press it down, even if I did glue in the middle, I like to press it down only on the edges so it gets that kind of like 3D effect here. There's one. So I'm going to put some more glue onto this guy here. There we go. And then I'll stick that one right in place, probably about there. As you can see, it took me a little bit to get them lined up, but it's about where I wanted them. And now our wolf mask is almost completely finished. The last step is to just make the strap. So what you're going to do is just take 2 strips of paper. I have a strap piece that's approximately this thick, but you don't have to make it as thick as I did. And then you're going to glue one end of it like this, just to make a very long strip of paper. Now, once you have your long strip of paper, you're going to take it and put glue on this side and stick it to the inside of the mask, approximately right here. That's where I like to glue it. I'll take some glue. And remember, this is on the outside you're gluing it, so whatever side you want to face outwards, you put the glue on. So I'm gonna glue it that way, and then fold it like this, glue it right to the inside of the mask. Okay. And now, the strap is kind of long, so you'll put the mask on your face and pull the paper around until it is a right fitting spot. And once you have the exact spot picked out, make sure you keep your fingers on it and take it away from your head. And you can either mark it or just know where it is. But what you're going to want to do is leave a bit of extra room. So wherever it meets the edge here, so wherever it fully wraps around, you're going to want to leave a little bit extra room just so you can glue it to the inside of the mask. Now remember, you don't want your mask too tight because it could tear the paper. So whatever size fits nicely on your head but won't tear the paper is approximately what you're going for. So then, once you have the piece in the exact length you want, glue the back and stick it right along the inside. Once your mask is completed, it will look like this and is ready to be worn. Once it's all put together, it should look something like this. See, now I've actually got 2 of them because I have this one that I made when I was making the pattern and this one now that I'm testing the pattern, so that's pretty cool. If you liked this video or had fun making this tutorial, make sure to let me know in the comments below and to hit that subscribe button. I will be posting more therian and furry content every single day, so please make sure to check it out. Thank you so much for watching, and what tutorial should I make next?